There's silly people in the hallway. All right, hi everybody. Yes, it's just some of the fun we have here at the Millennium. Okay, hi everybody, it's Miss Beck, and today we're going to be learning about composting. Now you may be asking yourself what composting is, and composting is one of the great ways that we can recycle. All right, so let me share this lovely screen with you today. And we will see a picture of our Earth. So remember, the Earth is our narrator, and the narrator is the person who tells the story. Earth here, once again, I've asked an artist friend of mine to help teach you an important lesson. She drew a picture of me covered with plants and vegetables. Why? Because this will remind you that you can get everything you need to thrive and survive from me, good old Earth. Even if you don't live on a farm, you can still make a little vegetable garden or grow a few potted plants, whether you want to grow fruits, vegetables, or flowers, or both. You probably know that vegetables are good for your body, and there's nothing healthier than a vegetable garden. Plus, gardens are good for our earth. They provide food for bees and other animals. Do you remember when we talked about natural resources and trees and how trees take in dirty air and put in fresh, clean air afterwards? Gardens also help the air be a little cleaner and the earth a little prettier. Today, I want to tell you about a special type of recycling that is good for you, good for your garden, and good for the earth. Once again, my artist friend has made some pictures to go along with my story. Meet the Smiths. As you can see, the Smiths prepared a dinner of spaghetti, bread, and salad. After everyone has finished eating dinner, it will be time to clean up. They made lots of spaghetti and salad, so they will have leftovers. Leftovers are the uneaten foods that remain after a meal. Miss Beck loves leftovers. Mrs. Smith will put these leftovers in a reusable container and put them in the refrigerator for snack the next day. But some of the leftovers can't be eaten. What will the Smiths do with these leftovers? Well, they have a cleanup plan that is friendly to the earth and good for their garden. Mr. Smith clears the table. He puts scraps into the garbage can and scrapes out bits of spaghetti, tomato sauce, and salad into a small pail. All right. Then the youngest Smith, Jamie, is going to put the scraps onto the compost pile. And so he takes them outside and dumps them into a large bin. Well, what's going on right here? Is he making soup? Do they love their leftover scraps so much that they keep them in a big old pile? Well, actually, the answer is yes. They do love their leftover scraps, but they don't love them to eat. They love them to put in a bin to compost. So this is a compost bin. And when they put the fruits and vegetables in there, when they stay in there, they will decompose or break down and turn into soil, okay? If they keep adding to this and taking good care of it, they will end up with soil that has nutrients in it. Nutrients are vitamins and minerals that are needed by living things to stay healthy. The soil that comes from composting is called compost and is very good for plants. Putting compost on plants is like feeding them super vitamins. The compost is full of nutrients that make plants grow stronger and healthier. The Smiths are careful to only add materials that make good compost. They don't add meats or oily foods like butter, because these foods can make compost smell bad and attract rodents and other wild animals. So, what kind of food should you not put in the compost pile? And here's some foods you should put: apples and pumpkins and grass and scraps and eggs. Rotten fruits and vegetables, including leftover Halloween jack-o'-lanterns and eggshells and coffee grounds, are perfect for composting. The Smiths also add leaves, grass clippings, and other stuff from the yard. So every week or so, the Smiths stir the compost around with a rake or a pitchfork, and that's when it's dry. And they pile the water. They Water the pile with garden hose. Now, as the sun begins to shine, the pile heats up. With the warm heat from the sun and the water, it's almost like cooking the compost pile. Another way of saying this is the materials break down, so the materials decay, rot, or decompose. Some even add worms to their compost bins to eat the old food and turn it into soil even faster. Worms are like nature's own recyclers. After a few weeks, the food in the compost bin won't look like food anymore. It'll look like nice, fresh soil. A couple months later, the tomato plant is big and healthy. Oh, I'm sorry. When the compost is ready, Mrs. Smith scoops a shovelful from the bin. She pulls the compost around a new tomato plant that she has planted in the garden. The roots of the tomato plant begin to take in water and food from the composted soil. Soon the plant will grow strong and healthy and take in nutrients. A couple months later, the tomato plant is big and healthy and full of nice red tomatoes. Jamie helps his mom pick some of the tomatoes on the plant. And what do you suppose happens next? What happens next is the Smiths use the tomatoes to make a salad. And where do you think they put the leftovers for the salad? Well, they put them into the compost pile, of course, so the process can start all over again. So what is compost? Compost is decaying foods and other natural things that will eventually turn to soil. And why is compost good for gardens? What has lots of nutrients that will help plants go big and strong? So today, when you work on your page, I want you to think about the things that would be good for compost and the things that would not be good for compost. Thank you for stopping by, and I will see you later. Have a great day.